And welcome back to thecrochetcrowd.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today I'm going to show you how to operate one of my snowflake patterns, and this is really simple. So I'm just using a size H 5mm crochet hook, and I'm just using some Super Saver yarn today. What we're going to be doing is just creating a slip knot like so, and this is a really simple pattern, and we're just going to put it on the hook and we are going to chain 4. Remember that the one on the hook never counts as one. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and let's join it with the slip stitch with the beginning chain like so to create the center ring, and let's pull through and now we have a ring just like so. Now what we're going to do is our snowflake has 6 points, so we're going to start off and we're going to chain 3. Remember that in the rules of crochet that the chaining of 3 to start with counts as a double crochet for the most part. So now we're going to double crochet back into the center of that ring once again, one just like so, and now we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and let's come back into the center of that ring for 2 more double crochets. So we're essentially creating two like groups of 2 for double crochets being together, and then once we have those 2 done, let's chain 3. Got it? And let's double crochet 2 more times back into the ring, and now we're halfway around. Let's chain 3, 1 and 2 and 3, come back in and do 2 more double crochets into the center ring. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, coming back into the center ring. And we're doing 2 more double crochets, and we need a total of 6 of these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then let's chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and let's double crochet 2 more times back into that center ring to create the 6th point that we need. And remember to join it. We cannot just join now, we have to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and join it with the top of the beginning chain 3 that we started with, and that is the center point so far of your snowflake. Let's create the next let's begin the next round. We need to slip stitch over to the next gapping space right here. So we're just going to slip stitch on top of the next double crochet that you can find, and then just slip stitch right into that gapping space so that we can start there. So where we started has to be in the gap. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we're gonna double crochet 3 more times back into this gapping space just like so. Now we're going to chain 1 only and jump to the next gapping space, and we're gonna double crochet 4 times, and the 4 times is what we need. When we started that first one, we needed to do that chaining 3 to begin, but remember those chaining of 3 counts as a double crochet, so that's why it's like that. Once you get your 4 in there, just chain 1 and again double crochet 4 more times into the next gap, and so you're gonna have 6 gaps, therefore you'll have 6 of these going around. Once you get your 4 in, chain 1 and then double crochet back into the next gap that you can find. So the gapping makes it really easy. You don't really have to look for any stitches. The trick is where to begin when you're going for each round. Chain 1, and now let's do 4 more into the next one. Okay, and we are almost done this round, and let's chain 1, and we have the last gap to go. So we're gonna put it in our 4. Now we can't just join it, we gotta make sure we chain 1 first and then join it with the top of the beginning chain 3, and we just have 1 more round to go, and that's what it looks like at this point. To begin the next round, we're in the wrong space and we need to slip stitch all the way to the first gapping. So we're just gonna come on to the top of the beginning of the double crochet and just continually slip stitch on each of those stitches until we get to the next gapping space. And so go right into the gapping space, and let's begin at this point. To begin, we're just gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we're gonna slip stitch back into this gap. And then we're gonna chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Slip stitch back into that same gap. Now we're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So it's a longer chain, and then back into that gap. first slip stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, back into that same gapping area, and then do it one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and back into that first slip stitch. So you should have a total here of 5 different points. So you got the loops, so you got 1, 2, the biggest one is on top, 3, 4 and 5. So basically once you're in the middle space, just slip stitch across the top of the next 4 double crochets to take you to the next space. And I'm gonna review that one more time because you have to do that same thing on all points. So you're into the next gap space, so slip stitch first and then do 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and in for a slip stitch, and then 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we got 2 more to go, and then 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, back in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and back in. And so then once you're in the middle space here is that we're just going to slip stitch across the 4 double crochets and then begin the same process going all the way around. Let me get this done off camera and I'll be back. Make sure you slip stitch into the next gap before you start chaining the next one, and when I come back I'll show you how to fasten off. When you get all the way back to the start, we've already slip stitched across this section, so we just have to join it with the slip stitch right at the end, and then fasten off and then weave in your ends, and then you just have to kind of pull things just around just to be able to get it to go in balance. And that's how you do one of these simple snowflakes. And again, this is a free pattern, and enjoy. Until next time, I'm Mikey from thecrochetcrowd.com.